All right, guys, we've got a 2019 BMW X3. It's the G01, and this has got the 4-cylinder turbo in it, and we're going to do an oil change. First thing we're going to do is pop this cover off. Just lay it off to the side. Your oil filter housing is right here. Oil fill port is going to be right there, and then we're going to climb underneath the car and get to the drain plug. Things you're going to need: this car takes 0W20 full synthetic oil. I've got a little container here that I'm going to put my oil in so I can pour it in the car. It takes a little over 5.5 quarts on this car. If you got the V6, I believe it's about 6.5 quarts. Now we're going to need a filter. Going to need a 27mm socket for the oil filter housing and a 17mm socket for the drain plug, as well as a ratchet. I've got some gloves here. You don't have to have gloves. I do recommend making sure you've got 6-point tools. That way you're going to run less of a chance of stripping anything out. We're also going to need a drain pan. Alright guys, so we're going to take the housing cover off to the oil filter. Got a rag right here. I'm just going to pull straight up on it. And we're going to go in the garage. So the new oil filter will come with the filter and new O-rings, new crush washer for the oil pan drain plug. Alright, so I'm just going to pull out on this. Inspect down in here, make sure that everything's good. Junk your old filter. Take your new one. Push it on all the way. Take your old O-ring. Lube up the O-ring. Make sure it's in the last groove, the last big groove down here. Now you're ready to go back on with your oil filter housing. Now you don't have to torque it, but for the video I'm going to, and the torque is 18 foot-pounds. The book actually says to torque it to 18 foot-pounds, back it off 180 degrees, and then retorque it to 18 foot-pounds. Alright guys, I don't know if this is coming through or not, but if you look down there in the aft part of that oil filter housing, there's a little hole, and that's where the nipple of your oil filter is going to go. So make sure that's facing aft, stick it down in there, make sure it goes down, and then we're going to screw the housing on. I moved these wires out of the way just so you can see that better. You will not have to disconnect that to do just your typical change, oil change. Okay, there's 18. You're going to back it off, retort. We're done up here. All right, so we're underneath the car. First thing you're going to want to do is take your little cover off. Take your 17mm socket. But I've just got rags ready. And we're going to let that drain completely out. I do have the car up on ramps. Don't get under a car that's just lifted by a jack. And this car is actually high enough to where you could probably do this without even lifting it. I did it mainly for the camera. But I checked before I did this, and I would have been able to reach underneath here and actually get to all this. It would have been a little tighter, but it could have been done. My rule of thumb is whenever the stream starts breaking up into pieces, I'm comfortable at that point putting the plug back in. But you can let this drain however long you want. Okay, you can see the stream's breaking up. Like I say, you can let that go however long you want. I did put my new crush washer on it. The torque for this is 18 foot-pounds. Wipe out any residual, and then put your cover back on. Now we got to fill it up and then reset the counter, and we're done. So I switched over to buying these garage boxes of oil. Obviously I use Valvoline, and Valvoline is BMW rated, by the way. But they sell these garage boxes. This is a 12 quart, but they even sell them bigger than this. And I've got this container. We're going to just fill it up to 5.5 quarts. And then go pour it in the car and be done. And I hope I have 5.5 quarts in this. This was about half empty. We got right at 5 out of it. So we got almost 5. So I'm gonna have to buy another quart and top it off. But you get the point. All right, guys, I got me another quart. Actually, another quart and a half. Now the only thing that's left is to do a oil level check and reset the oil life counter. Okay guys, so I've pulled it off the ramp, so we're setting level. I'm going to go ahead and do the oil light reset. To do that, you're going to push the start button 3 times quickly. You'll see your dash light up. And then once we see diagnostic mode is active right there, I'm going to push the button right here on the left hand side, the trip reset button. Once we see the trip and the total mileage, I'm just going to push and hold. And you'll see engine reset possible, -700. You can also go through and you can do the vehicle check, reset, brake fluid, reset, and we're back to engine oil. So I'm going to push and hold. Let off. It says reset. I'm going to push and hold. And we'll reset. I'm going to go ahead and do the vehicle check also. Push and hold. Let off. Push and hold. Now everything should be green. And here up on the menu, vehicle status, we're going to go to engine oil level. Okay, and it says engine oil level's okay. Now at this point it says measure engine oil level. If we go into that, since we just finished doing an oil change, it's not going to let us do the measurement until we've driven it for a while. So I'm going to have to drive it before I can actually do a measurement check. But I did put in 5.5 quarts, which is actually just a little bit over 5.5 quarts. 5.55 quarts is what this car requires. Anyway, we're done with this. If you want to double check to make sure you're good on your measurement, drive it and then do a measurement check, and then you'll be good to go. Anyway, we're done. You guys take care. 2019 BMW X3. We'll see you.